Namaste and welcome. Thank you so much for joining this little practice of strengthening your core. This is a very different approach to strengthening your core. First of all, why do we want to strengthen our core? Because a lot of us suffer from back problems and our core is not stabilizing, or more to the point, activated properly. A lot of you actually do have strong abs, but they're not firing. So this sequence is geared towards activating all the muscles in your core that are supporting your trunk and spine. You ready to get going? Let's start. So come onto your back, please. This is a very simple practice to really activate your transverse abdominis. If you don't have time to do this whole sequence, really try to do this every day. This will change your life. So you're going to bend your right knee. You're going to let the right knee sort of come over to the left. Now your right hip bone really shouldn't be coming off the ground so much. So once it starts to come up, you know you've gone too far. Now what you're going to do is bring the arms out to the sides and just kind of lift the right knee sort of in a diagonal way up to the corner of the ceiling, okay? And you're going to feel your core, your right transverse abdominis activating here, okay? And then come back down, relax the leg. So what we're doing here is we're taking out the adductors. So bring the right knee back up, take the right knee over. Now we've taken the adductors out of the equation. They've gone to their maximum capacity. Then you're going to lift the right hip off the ground a bit. And you should feel your right core, the right transverse abdominis activated here. And we're just holding it for about 6 seconds. So you are lifting the right hip up a little bit just to activate the core. Relax down. Bend the right knee, bring the right knee over and lift up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come back down. And bring the right knee back up, take the knee over, and lift up. Now this is a yoga practice. Remember to breathe in and breathe out. Feel the full expansion of your breath and relax down. Do it again. Bend the knee, bring the knee over, and now lift up. Now if you feel like you want a little bit more, bring your left hand to that knee and just very gently press the knee into the hand. Just very gently, about 10% effort, which is a lot less than probably what you're doing right now. And come back up and relax down. Good. You noticing a difference between the two sides of your transverse abdominis? Bring the knee back up, bring the knee over, and lift up. Bring the left hand there if you want. You don't have to. And press about 10% effort into the knee, and you can feel your transverse abdominis activated. Very good. And relax down. Bring both your hands to your belly just for a moment. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Inhale in and exhale out. Good. This time bend your left knee. Bring the knee over the hip bone. Bring the knee over to the right and then lift it up. So you can see that I am lifting my hip bone here afterwards. This is to actually just get into the transverse abdominis. It doesn't have to be that much, okay? You're not trying to come into a twist here. You're just coming over, bringing the knee over, and then just lifting up a little bit. You can feel the transverse abdominis activating here. Come back down, relax the leg. Bend the knee, bring the knee over. Don't let the hip bone come up. Now you're going to just lift it up a little bit, creating a subtle lift or twist. You can feel your transverse abdominis activated here. 5 and 6, and come back down and relax. Breathe in deeply and exhale. Bend the knee, come over, and lift up. Now, if you want to, you can use the hand here. Press the knee towards the hand. Again, 10% effort. If you press too much, you're going to start activating other muscles. Really trying to target the transverse abdominis. Come back out and relax. Bend the knee. Come back over. Lift up. Press the knee into the hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come back down and relax. Do it one more time. Bend the knee, bring the knee over, lift a little bit, bring the hand to the knee, press into the hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax. Bring the hands to the lower belly. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Inhale in. And exhale out. Very good. Roll over to the side, and what I'd like you to do now is to come into a plank pose. So bring your elbows down, and you're going to bring your knees back a little bit so that you can just lift the knees off the ground. I want you to do a little cat-cow here. So lift the chest and heart. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift the chest and heart. Good. Now come out of that just a little bit. There's neutral. Press the space between your shoulder blades up towards the ceiling, but then also come into this kind of up dog action without losing that protraction of the shoulder blades. Keep that action. Take the navel towards the spine, bring the pubic bone forward. Now lift the knees up. Drop the hips a little bit without losing that protraction of the shoulder blades. Keep pressing that space between the shoulder blades towards the ceiling. Let the knees come down. And then lift the knees back up. This is one of the best postures that you can do to activate your core, specifically the TVA and oblique muscles. Bring the knees down and lift the knees up. Squeeze your core, pubic bone in, drop the hips, engage the inner thighs up towards the ceiling. Press the heels back, bring the knees down, and lift the knees up. Drop the hips, press the heels back, lift the inner thighs, press the space up between the shoulder blades, and bring the knees down, and lift the knees up. Remember to turn the corners of your mouth upwards. Life never tasted so good. And lift the knees up. And then bring the knees down. Very good. If you want to, just come and sit onto your heels just for a moment. There's a different feeling in your core that's starting to take place. Very good. Now, this next pose is fantastic. This little sequence that I'm going to take you guys through for really activating all the muscles of the obliques, especially the lateral obliques, the internal and external lateral obliques. But we're also going to be activating our transverse abdominis again. You can never activate it enough, right? So come back onto your forearms, lift the knees off the ground. Now this time, take the heels over to the left and lift up as much as you can and just hold it there. Very good. And then come back to plank. Hold it there just for a moment. And then pivot over to the right arm. The heels over to the right. Bring the hand to the rib cage here on the left and lift it up as much as you can. If you can, open and blossom your heart towards the ceiling. Lift up a little higher. Do you guys feel the crunching of the right side? Come back to plank. Navel to spine, and then bring the knees to the floor and come back. Take a breath in and exhale out. Inhale in and exhale out. Very good. Okay, come back onto forearms. Bring your knees back just a little bit. Lift the chest and heart, and then lift the knees off the ground. Now, pivot over to the left. Bring the hand to the ribs. Lift it up. Lift it up. You can really start to feel that crunching in the left side. That's fantastic. Those muscles are really contracting and shortening. Come back onto forearms. Take the navel into the spine. And then pivot over to the right. Bring the hand to the left ribs again. Lift it up. Lift it up. Lift it up. And come back to plank. And bring the knees down. Sit back onto your heels if you can, or just stand like this and just take a breath in. We're going to do this whole sequence one more time. One of my favorite little sequences, because it really starts to activate your entire core. Your trunk and spine are supported. Your lower back is supported. Come back onto forearms. One last time. Bring the knees back a little bit. Lift the knees off the ground. Lift that space between the shoulder blades. And then come on over to the left. Bring your hand to the right ribs. Lift it up. Lift it up. Even blossom the heart if you can. Open up the heart. Feel that left side activated. I feel like we're like the superheroes. Obliques, activate. Lift the chest and heart. Bring the pubic bone forward. Over to the right now. Lift it up. Feel that crunching on the right side. Lift up the ribs as high as you can. Come back. Lift the chest and heart. And then slowly come down. And this time, come onto your back. We're almost finished. We have one more thing to do. Take your hands to your lower belly. Breathe in deeply. Exhale deeply. Very good. From here, you're going to bring your knees up, your hands behind your head, lift up just a little bit. And what I want you to do is pull the pubic bone towards the navel and hold it there for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and relax down. We're starting to isolate the rectus abdominis and the psoas minor, 2 very important sets of trunk flexors. Bring the hands behind the head, bring the knees up. Lift that head and chest just a little bit. It's more to influence this kind of pelvic tilt, if you will. So bringing the pubic bone towards the navel. Focus your mind at that point. Feel those muscles shortening. And exhale, come back down. Bring the knees up. Head and chest lifts just a little bit. Pull the pubic bone towards the navel. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come back down. Take a breath in. Lift the knees up. Lift the head and chest just a little bit. Pull the pubic bone in for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come back down. Bring the knees back up. Pull the head and chest up just a little, and then take the pubic bone towards the navel for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and come back down. Bring the knees up, head and chest, pull the pubic bone towards the navel. 3, 4, 5, 6, and come back down. And lift the head and chest, knees up, pull the pubic bone towards the navel. And relax down. Very good. Let's turn over to the side and come and sit up. Just cross your legs. Just rest your hands on your knees. Take a couple of deep breaths in and deep breaths out. Lift the chest and heart. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Notice how much more support you feel in your core and your body, waking up these muscles to do their job, which is to create more stability in our body and thus in our mind, and invite that stability to flow out into the rest of your life so that you can approach everything in life with a high degree of equanimity, feeling supported and stable. Namaste.